Okay, hopefully we got the mic situation figured out. If you guys want to come on, I know it's been a bit of a struggle. So, again, hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully I at least sound a little bit better. Let me know if anyone's out there. Hey, up north. Just waiting. I had to keep ending the stream over and over again. We had some spammers, but then we also had audio issues. Can you hear me? Probably should have started that off. Can you hear me? Because that was another issue we were having, was audio. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, you can hear me. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Awesome. Yeah, I got different light settings here, so I put it on, I don't know what mode it is exactly, but it kind of gives that presence. If I zoom in a little too, you can see them a little more. There you go. Then you can see them twinkle a little bit more. But yeah, so you can tell I took up your recommendation right here. So yeah, charging a little bit more, and things have actually been going pretty well. But like I said, we just been having some issues today. So I'm waiting for other people to come on. We were going to do some energy healing / energy feeling exercises. But yeah, I'm just waiting on people. How was your weekend? What up north, Taro? Nice, I like that. Thank you for saying that. Hopefully Amber and Maxine come back. We'll see. Thank you, up north. I appreciate that. I do. I know in the spiritual community, when it comes to charging money, it can just be a very kind of sensitive topic, but yeah. It was dead for you with spammers. Yeah, the spammers are kind of in full swing. I can definitely say that. I had Amber and Maxine on and Liz, who's my moderator, but other than that, yeah, it's been kind of slower. And that happens. I do believe there's just ebbs and flows to this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and then sometimes it's like crazy. Sometimes it's insane, but most of the time it's kind of right in the middle. Right in the middle. Yeah, so if everyone else comes back on, we'll do a little exercise. You're more than welcome to join in if you want to, up north, but you don't have to. I was just talking about energy healing and what we can do to make ourselves kind of better at that, like more going with the flow, so to speak. I'll just take another drink here and we can just talk. How long have you been doing videos for? Up north? Your tarot videos? I'm just curious how long you've been doing the tarot videos for, because I feel like when we first start out, it's pretty difficult just to kind of establish a pace, and then it feels like it gets easier as time goes on. But it does feel like setting the pace at first is kind of challenging. Actually, if we're going to do the camera like that, I can go down a little bit. Like that. And then when I sit back... No, that's too far down. Let's move back up. Alright, we'll do it that way. And that's where the camera wants to go, so that's where we'll keep it. Okay, do we have Amber and Liz and Maxine back? And up north as well? Okay, let's just move this over to the side here. And let's talk about some, well, really anything. Any kind of spiritual experiences that we've been going through. I, for one, had an instance last night where I felt Spirit's presence. That was interesting. Heard something in my room, and then I felt a touch on my back. Like I heard crinkling bag, and then I felt a touch on my back, and so there was kind of that feeling of there being a presence with me. And a lot of times, I do feel like it's kind of like we have to set boundaries with spirits as we do with people, because they're just kind of people in different forms, if you want to think of it that way. And the boundaries are very, very important for us to set up. Without that, without the boundaries, we're kind of letting anything in our space, and I don't feel like it limits Spirit's communication with us. I feel like it actually makes it stronger because we say what we will and won't tolerate, and it can definitely help with that. There we go. Who's there right now? Is it up north? Curious who's here with us. Okay, I will be back, you guys. Just give me 1 second here. I will be coming back, so... Yes, I am, Liz, and you should be able to hear me now. At least Up North said she could hear me. Do I sound okay? Probably because I keep going off and on so much that YouTube's like, ah, screw it. I can only imagine that's why. And you're okay. Don't worry about like being late or anything like that. It's all good, okay? I'm not too worried about that. Good, you can hear me. Perfect. Perfect. We can wait for a bit longer here, see if Amber and Maxine show up. Just glad the microphone's working again, jeez. Okay. Alrighty, well, let's give him a little bit more time. I'm just gonna take a drink here. I imagine it'll take a little bit of time. Everyone else will come back on. How's everything going with you, Liz? We only had a chance to talk for half a second, so... Is your job going okay? Is everything going all right? You can come in. Come on. Good, I'm glad it's going great. I know you were nervous about it, so I'm glad it's going good. So on the there you go. See, there you go. The waiting, yeah, the waiting's gonna kill. That's gonna kill love, romantic desire. That's gonna kill everything because it's just a constant sense of I don't know, and eventually you are gonna get tired of that, Liz. Libra be damned. You go out, you do your thing because. Waiting and waiting, I mean, that's not good, and you don't get that time back. You know what I mean? You don't get the waiting time back. It's not like, oh, I get it back, but there you go. On to better things. Perfect. Perfect. Because we know what's going to help us. Sometimes it takes us a minute to see it, but we know when it's time to kind of move on. Hello, Alexis. How you doing? Good to have you back in the chat. Had to rearrange some things around, so Alexis, that's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to. We'll see. We'll see. I tend to. I feel like I do okay, and I'm not saying this in any other way, but I feel like I do all right, but I tend to not attract a lot of people, and I'm okay with that for right now. But I do feel like it's a... I'm wanting to hit that. I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens. I hit it a while ago, if I can remember right. I hit 5K, but then I stopped posting, and then I lost a lot of subscribers. I'm hoping I can hit that again, though. Hopefully. Eventually. Need to put more content out on the channel that's not just the lives. But I do appreciate the sweet gesture. That's very nice, very kind. Thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that. I do. The community here is great. Everyone here is absolutely wonderful. But as far as, like, you know, the we do good here. Things are moving along, you know. But it's something where I'm kind of okay where things are now, you know. Like 5,000 would be great, but I feel like for me personally, Spirit's going to give me what I can handle. And when I was in the 5,000 part, when my channel was that way, I was going through a difficult time, and so hopefully I can hit that 5,000 again and not be in a difficult situation where, you know, mentally, because that's always been a struggle. Anxiety, depression, things like that. And I wish people could normalize that kind of struggle, because that to me it needs to be normalized. People go through stuff like that. But again, thank you, Alexis, for your very, very kind words. And your good riddles. You got some good riddles. By the way, the joke, or the riddle thing, black, white, and red all over, it's a newspaper. Because it's black and white, and you read it all over. So that was the answer to that one. That's a really old school joke. You've probably already heard that one. But, yeah. Okay. So Alexis, hopefully I'm saying the name right. You said you were going into 10th grade? Was that right? Hey Gigi, how you doing? Okay, have a good time with your friends. Stay safe. And thanks for stopping in to say hello. That was very, very kind of you. How are you liking school? With we touched on it briefly, but with wearing masks and things like that, is that something you're having to deal with? I'm just curious, because I didn't go to school with that, so I'm curious how that, you know, how that's kind of affecting you. different climate now. Everything's different from when I was in school, and that was 15 years ago, 14 years ago. Boy, makes me feel old. Not that bad. Okay. See, and I was curious because I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled that. It just seems, well, it's just not something that I had. We wore masks on Halloween, and that was the only day of the year it was acceptable to wear a mask. Tenth grade, though. Let's see. So that would make, I'm trying to think here, because I was a year older than everyone else in my grade. Not because I was held back or anything. All of my friends in preschool were a year younger than I was, and so we started kindergarten. I lost those friends so fast. Like, it's like, why did I even wait? Because they didn't stick around. But that was one of those things where I was a year older in each grade than I should have been. So I was, see, 10th grade. How old are you in 10th grade? Like 15? 16, 15? Something like that. I was a year older, however old that was. Now, when I was in school, we didn't really have smartphones either. We didn't have, I mean, we had social media, but it wasn't like the way it is now. I sound like an old person, because I am. But yeah, man, we had so many, we didn't have smartphones. We barely had Facebook. Like, I remember I was really excited. 15, okay. I was really excited when I was signed up on MySpace. That was the most exciting thing to me back then. And I had Tom as my friend, and I was going for it. And yeah, that's crazy. I thought that was the coolest thing. And then MySpace drops off, Facebook becomes super popular. And yeah, that was an interesting time. What's your favorite subject? 5'6"? Awesome. I'm 5'11", or 5'12", or 6 feet, almost, kind of. I'm closer, I think, to like 5, maybe 10.5, than I am to like being taller. That's pretty tall though, and you'll probably keep growing too. I think you grow until 18 or 21 or something like that. So you'll probably get even taller. Monty, Edits, Emmy. If you want to, we can do a reading. So I'm doing it this way, and then I do Cashapp. So 1 question for 10, or 3 questions for 25, and I do Cashapp and PayPal as my preferred way of doing it. So if you want to do that, we can. Science. Okay, perfect. Science is a good one. I like science. I wasn't too bad in physics either, but science was always a fun one. So you're probably being asked that question, because I know I was being asked the question when I was in 8th grade, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? So I'm curious, Alexis, do you have anything kind of that you're striving for? Do you know what you want to do once you're out of high school? I'll be honest, I had no idea. Still don't. Still have no idea. I'm just kind of hoping it goes well. There you go. Get a job. I hear you on that. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure when we're in high school to perform and perform and perform, and then in the real world, I've yet to use algebra for anything. I'm waiting for that opportunity, but it hasn't really presented itself yet. Go for it, Alexis. Go for it. Karens. Yeah, they're a little insufferable, aren't they? A pretentious attitude. Absolutely. Hey Ty, how you doing, buddy? It's hard to... Yeah, the people that just get overly offended by everything. In fact, the fact that you say that they're offended, they get offended by. So it's a no-win situation with the Karens out there. Hard to relate with someone that's that uptight, you know? I think you've met Ty before, Liz, but I'm not sure if you... I'm not sure. I think you have, though. Doing good, doing really good. Kind of had today be more of a, kind of a more relaxing day. Sort of just doing, I have some technology stuff I'm kind of tinkering with. Love technology. Technology is one of my favorite things, and so I have a bunch of little gadgets and gizmos that I tinker with every now and again. But, yeah. Okay, Trump is a replica of a guy from World War II whose name I can't say because of demonetization. I can understand that. Relaxing is good. Relaxing is good. I am so sorry. The camera's having trouble focusing, so I'll zoom out here. It's having a hard time. Yeah, and there's actually something that was written about... Well, it's not really... There was like a prophecy written in the 1800s about it. Korean barbecue. That sounds good. That sounds really good. It sounds like you're learning the art of relaxation, Ty. Which is definitely what we all need. But yeah, there was a prophecy it was in a there's actually been a few things that were, one of them was really strange, but I'll just say this one. So there was a book, and it had, I can't do it justice. I'll have to see if I can find it and then come on here next time and see if I can tell you guys what it was. But there's weird little prophecies all the time that you can go back and you can see, and people predict things, and then like 70 years later, you know, there it is. They were a little behind on the prediction, or when they thought it would happen sometimes, but they were still spot on. One of them, there was a paper published in, it was from a German scientist, and it was published in 1930, and he said that a man, right, relaxation without feeling guilty, absolutely, my friend. But in this paper, it was like in the 1940s, this was a German scientist, he wrote a paper, and he said that around, I don't know if he said a time frame, but he said that a person with the title of Elon would take people to Mars. He didn't say the name, he, like, the title of the position that the person would hold as like captain and crew commander would be named Elon, E-L-O-N, right? And he said that that person would take people to Mars. And so Elon Musk taking people to Mars, it's an interesting kind of scenario, I feel. It's just, that was fascinating. And then Elon Musk actually found that quote from somebody else and posted it and made a joke about it, or he said something, but there was something there that was so interesting that scientist picked up on, and it was like a hypothesis paper, but I feel like he was tuning in psychically. He just didn't know he was. So I think that was interesting. Put this over here. It gets easier to relax without feeling guilty eventually. It just, that takes some time, sometimes. Not necessarily, it's like a prophecy. Not necessarily a prophecy, because he didn't really predict any, well, he predicted it's sort of like a prophecy, but it's, when we're talking about psychic connection, there can be things that can be wrong. We can still be psychic, but we'll still get things wrong sometimes. He said the title of the person would be named Elon, not that the name of the person would be Elon, but still pretty damn close to what I feel like was accurate, you know. But there's other things too. There's other kind of prophecies. One of them is, one of the big ones is that, you know, people of all different races and creeds will come together and create kind of a new society. That one though, you know, I would love to see it. I want to see it, but we'll just kind of see. We'll see what happens there. I would love to see that though. But it's like these, how'd you put it? Prophecy is an interesting thing. A few people, the Oracle of Delphi was known for being very prophetic. She was interesting though, and this was back in ancient Greece. I think it's either ancient Greece or ancient, one of the ancient places. So it was, I think, a couple thousand years ago or 1,000 years ago. It was a while ago. Her name was the Oracle of Delphi, and she was able to get, she would write prophecies on leaves, and then they would just kind of blow out, and it was an interesting thing. It's like she had so much psychic energy that she had to write it down and then have the wind carry it away. But she was also living in, it was like a volcano, or it was this thing, and the vapors in the volcano, or the chemicals in the volcano, would make her hallucinate. But from those hallucinations, she was able to have psychic visions, and she was very profound. The king of the area wanted to have her Hold on 1 second. I gotta read. I'm trying to write my personal statement for the scholarship I told you about, but don't know how to write. I keep putting it off. Is that something you think a read can help me figure out / give guidance? I think it could, Ty. It just if you do this right here, the one question, and I'm not able to get anything, if that's something I'm not able to do, I can give you the money back. But we could try and see what we can come up with. That's why I do it this way. If you give me money through a super chat, I can't give you the money back. But if something happens and I need to give a refund, we can go from there. I'm still learning with those kinds of questions, with like career or school related questions, and so, you know, we'll see what I can do. But the I can't remember the story exactly, but the Oracle of Delphi, she has a prophecy that she goes to the king of the emperor. Okay, let's do that instead, because I don't remember this story 100%. So let's do this instead. And thank you, Ty, I appreciate that. Okay. So there's my pen. So is that how you want to ask the question, Ty? Because we can work with that question that you already posted. Okay. Yes, my friend, thank you. Okay. Well, I was writing your name down here. We can try connecting psychically. We can try a couple ways, Ty. It's a little bit slower of a night. We can try a couple ways here. We can spend our time. So, let's give this a shot. Okay. No, you're good, Ty. I was just asking. We can work on this question for a little bit. I just like to ask that just in case, but since we're doing more of a psychic connection, we can try just doing it this way. So we'll get whatever we get and kind of go from there. You asked the question right. So don't worry about that. So let's do this. I got a dilemma. I'm trying to write my personal statement for the scholarship I told you about, but don't know what to write. I keep putting it off. So I see something here. I'm seeing it's like two fingers being held up like this. And I'm feeling like right now I need to do something. I've got 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out of the door. I need to do something. Don't know what to do. And I feel like that's where we're at. So we're kind of in this place where it's reading books, and then reading books, watching a lot of shows that specifically deal with supernatural or spiritual things, YouTube videos. There's a lot of different ways that I've come across that, but thank you for appreciating that, because I appreciate that too. But I am feeling like we have 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. So when we're in this place right here, it's hard to write a story that's kind of boosting ourselves up, or not a story, but it's hard to write something that sort of boosts ourselves up, kind of shows what we can do, because I feel like there could be some guilt here on, again, not knowing what to do. So it kind of feels like we're in this headspace of just feeling locked, is what I would describe it as. So 2 fingers in, to me, it's feeling like it feels like it does feel like we're putting a little too much pressure on ourselves. I feel like we should have some pressure, but I have a feeling the longer we don't do this, the more it builds up in us that we're not doing it, and then there's fear. There's a ton of fear that kind of comes in. So we need to just breathe and take a second here. So Ty, let me ask you this: when does this have to be done? When does this scholarship letter recommendation kind of thing, when does this need to be done? You need to submit a first draft to your advisor by July 15th. Okay, and when you say we don't know what to write, can you tell me what one of these letters kind of looks like? What's kind of the end-all approach? Can you kind of give me a brief summary of what this should look like? Okay, first round application is due August 3rd. Okay. We still got time, but I don't know how long these have to be. Is this 5 pages, 10 pages, 20 pages? Is it a huge thing? Is it, I'm curious the size, the length of this kind of paper. I don't know. The other thing that I'm getting here is it's like the way I would describe this right now, there's a feeling of unzipping or like taking off what no longer serves us. So I feel like we're getting rid of things that we no longer need at this point in our spiritual journey. Hence why you're trying to learn to relax and you're trying to understand different parts of yourself. To me, this feels like it's kind of on that same lesson where we're trying to learn how to understand ourselves better. We're trying to take some time for ourselves. We're trying to understand that. Let's see what else we can get here though for Ty. Okay, 1,000 words max. We still have time. We still have quite a bit of time. So you want to be as... Hi, Maxine. You finally caught me live again. Yeah, hopefully the audio is working on your end. It seems to be working on mine, so... So 1,000 words max isn't bad. What we could write, though, is kind of from the heart. That's something I feel like, Ty, the more we relax and the more we're letting ourselves kind of, let's say the more we're letting ourselves sink into our body, the more we're letting ourselves be with our own sense of mind, our own sense of presence, relaxation, getting good sleep, that's going to allow us to feel things more. I feel like if we come at this paper with a perspective of heart, some logical stuff too, but what is it that Oxford has? Okay, what is it that Oxford has that other schools don't have? List that. List why you would want to go there versus somewhere else. All good audio here. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So is that making sense so far, Ty? We could start like... Perfect. That's good too. You're taking a creative writing class for inspiration. This is the second writing question I've had tonight where people are writing. So I'm thinking this is interesting. And we could be experiencing a little bit of a block right now. I personally feel like the best thing that we can do, right? The best thing that we can do is, so what would make us want to go to this school? Why do we want to go there? What's different from this school versus another school? We can focus on that kind of comparison. The main thing though is I'm feeling like maybe instead of focusing on why you'd want to get into the school, we could focus on what we could do once we are there. That's kind of a salesman tactic. You can focus on once we're there, what we would want to do, kind of where our area of interest is and where our passion is at. So if we're bringing passion into a letter, it's going to keep the person's attention more. If we're talking with feeling, if we're talking about something, that's going to keep the person's attention more. The number 8 came to mind, and the number 8 to me is prosperity, it's study, it's hard work. So if we can somehow put in there that we are very studious, we're very hardworking, we go after our goals, if we can do something like that, talk about ourselves in a way that is, it's kind of like a humble brag. I feel like that's a good idea. Possibly too, Ty, if we could take inspiration from another person's letter, maybe read other people's letters that got accepted, and kind of look at that, and we can study that kind of format too, if that's something that we feel like would be good. Still be honest with yourself, still be completely truthful and honest, but maybe look at how other people that got in, kind of what they wrote, if that's something you can do, or what other people got in that wrote to other places. Or look up YouTube videos, or look up on Reddit or anything else. What is someone looking for to accept a student? We can approach it from that sense of mind too. What is the person searching for in a student to Oxford? What is it that they would be searching for? What is it to them that they would say, okay, yes. So that's something we can focus on too, is the other, instead of writing a paper that you would want to write a paper that's still 100% truthful in what you want to have, but maybe that appeals more to what they are looking for as well. Again, still being honest, still being 100%, but appealing more to that sense. Does any of that make sense, Ty? You do. When it comes to that, Ty, when it comes to sitting ourselves down, what we can do is we can start with a different topic, maybe every other day. Okay, that's the one thing I want you to do. Even if it's just you pick up your phone and you do a voice to text. Okay? When you're having ideas, when you're brainstorming, write those down. That's creativity trying to come to you. I understand though that putting that in action can be kind of scary, but the more options we have, the better. And I feel like you're someone who's so passionate, you're so kind of in that way, you don't want to do it wrong, okay? I don't feel like you're going to do it wrong, but I do feel like there's a tendency to overthink these things. I feel like you already have it. I feel like it's right there. The 1,000 words, I feel like you could do that no problem, Ty, but you're looking for that direction. And the best thing that we can do moving forward is to realize that our direction can be aligned with kind of what they're looking for, and we can still be honest. We can still be honest, we can still be truthful. But like I said, look at other people's letters for inspiration. Read people's stories, read people's different kinds of things. Keep hearing a circus horn. You know the one that's on a bicycle? There's, like, do you mean clairaudiently, Maxine? Or do you mean through my audio? Because if so, that damn invisible clown, I'm gonna have to kill him. I don't like him clowning around. Okay, so for example, I watched a movie that I connected with, made me cry. I was thinking writing about that, but then I doubt myself and think, is it cheesy or not deep enough? Okay, we gotta trust our own emotional process, Ty. If it made you cry, if it touched on things, that's important to you. You're feeling stuff, man. That's good. You want to feel. You want to feel. Okay, so we can look at that in just a second, Maxine, and kind of see where we're going there. But anything that makes us cry, makes us feel, makes us vulnerable, makes us interesting. Okay? Any of that stuff, that's real humanity. That's not the fake stuff. That's the real grit. That's the heart of humanity, that vulnerability. I feel like when we lean into the vulnerability, that is a very positive thing that we can do. We're showing that we're strong, but we're also not impossible to reach. We're showing that we have a passion, but we also have heart. I feel like that is very important. So showing people that you're smart, but you're also emotional, you have that vulnerability, that's a good sign too. There's something going on here where I feel like Oxford would look at that and be like, oh, this person isn't just, he doesn't just play football or something. This person actually can do other things. This person is an academic. They can do this or they can do that. So I feel like that's good. If it touched you, if there's that heart that touched your heart, if there's that movie that touched you, then I feel like that's a good angle to go at too. I honestly don't think there's a bad angle as long as we write about it in a way that's true. If we're truthful, if we write, we're true, I feel like that's the best thing we can do, and we can't ask anything else, Let me see what else I can get here though, Ty. Focus on telling your story, Ty. Focus on telling your story in the simplest way possible. I want you to be able to tell your story to basically anyone. I want you to make yourself the main character, and I want to get attached to the main character, right? I want to get attached to you. I want to get attached to your story in whatever way you can do that. I feel like simple writing is going to be the thing that works. I feel like if you try and make yourself sound super smart, or if you try and be that pretentious person, I don't feel like that's going to help you. I feel like if we stay simple with our writing, I do feel like that can be the most effective, because we're not putting on airs, we're not trying to show the world that we have a wounded ego and that we're trying to overcompensate. So I feel like the simplicity would be good. Don't make things feel crowded or cluttered. Work on kind of what we're doing. There's for me, something that has helped is Grammarly. You can look at that. I think they do a free trial of it, and you can try that out. Write your draft, because it can give you suggestions as you're going along to make it so you don't have redundant sentences, or to make it so that it's really good. It helps punch things up. At least for me, that's what I use. I have trouble with punctuation and things like that, though. So I'm learning. But yeah, so that was something I've used, and it actually helped me quite a bit to understand basically where I was coming from. I wrote my 2 psychic courses with Grammarly, so it works pretty well. Does that make sense, Ty? Does that help? Perfect. Okay, so you already have Grammarly. Yes, Grammarly is good stuff. It's really good stuff, and it does help a lot. It sounds like it's a gimmick. It sounds like it can't do that much. It really does help. Yes, Yoshi was in here. I was going to pick him up and shake him around, but he ran away before I had the opportunity to do that. So, no, he's a good boy. He's a good grumpy boy, just like his daddy. Daddy's a big grumpy boy too. All right, so does that help you, Ty, with the question? Yes, I want you to keep me updated. I'm not just doing this for funsies, my friend. Ty, you let me know what's going on, and we'll go from there, okay? So keep me updated. Have an awesome evening, and thank you again for helping to support the channel, my friend. You take care, okay? Okay, so Maxine, we were talking about you hearing a circus, a clown, yes, and what's even more weird, Maxine, is that we named him Yoshi, and yes, from Mario. It was either going to be Yoshi, not Bowser, even though, if you get my drift, he's more of a Bowser than a Yoshi, but we name him Yoshi, and then we find out later that he loves fruit. And in the Mario games, you know, Yoshi loves fruit. It's just a weird thing. He loves bananas. He loves cantaloupe. Oh, yes, I said the word banana. Nana. Yeah, we call him Nanas, and he goes nuts. We used to give him bananas. Don't give cats bananas, guys. It's not good for them. No, you're not getting anybody. Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. Here he is. I know, buddy. I know. Oh. So to me, the clown, the honking in the background, to me, that could be that maybe something's going on in our life where maybe we could be taking things too seriously, which a lot of us do tend to get really involved in our own lives, so I can't blame that. To me, that could be what that could be symbolizing, is maybe we're being too serious in an approach, or maybe we could look at something in a way that's more childlike, or we could be more imaginative in certain areas of our life. It could also be that there could be an event coming up, so something to keep our eyes kind of towards. Maybe there could be an event coming up that seems scary or seems nerve-wracking, but it turns out to not be nearly as bad as we thought it would be. because to me that's kind of the clown. What the clown represents is it's like that kind of funny, like look at me, it's funny kind of a thing. So that to me is what I would say with that, Maxine. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so hopefully that kind of helped answer that question. Pay attention when you hear it, what we feel. So when we have psychic impressions, psychic things happening, pay attention what's going on and what we're feeling. That can be a way that we can kind of discern what it is. If we're feeling incredibly scared, incredibly fearful, that could be something completely different. However, if we feel that it's like, it doesn't really frighten us, it's kind of just in the background, or, things like that, or it makes us very happy, or it makes us excited, it could be things to look forward to. So focus on how you're feeling when you hear it. Focus on what you're feeling, and then focus on what's going on around you or what thoughts you were having when that kind of event happens. Because it can definitely be like something going on that way too. There you go, the ice cream man is coming. There you go, that's good. That's good then. So if that's what you're feeling, I do feel like that could be what's happening. Just go with what you're feeling, go with your gut instinct, because a lot of times people will pay me to tell them what they already know, right? And so if you're going with that, if you have that feeling, go with that. Just trust your own psychic intuition, trust your own sense, right? Smashing Pumpkins today comes to mind. I imagine there's a song from Smashing Pumpkins called Today, and that's what you're referring to. I wish I was a music person. I really do. There's so many artists now. It literally would take me a whole day to listen to all of the music out there, and I don't know if I have the time. I'm kidding, by the way, but I need to get more into music. Okay, that's what I figured, but I wasn't sure. I was gonna do the energy exercise, but I wanted to wait until Amber came back. I don't know if she's gonna be coming back though. She was excited to do this. So I think what we'll do is we'll just focus on. Do you have anything else, kind of, Maxine, that's more like for the group? Anything you're wondering or anything you're curious about that we could discuss? Yeah. What day is it? 6/30/21. Yes. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be the 1st of July here in about 20 minutes. Yeah, it's about to be. Well, 4th of July is coming up. We're not celebrating it on the 4th. We're celebrating it on the 5th, which happens to be my girlfriend's birthday. So that will be a very jam-packed day. Fireworks, all that stuff. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really nice. We have a dog that's very scared of fireworks, though. But we've got her on some anti-anxiety medication, and I'm thinking that'll help. You've been given 2 cactus plants and 2 flower plants this month from the same person or from different people? So you said both. So different people and the same person? So you've had... Okay. Are you wondering what that could mean symbolically? Okay. So, symbolically, 2 flowers, 2 cactuses, I would feel like would mean something of like a negating of energy. Again, I feel like it's touching on kind of the honking thing that you were talking about, the clown horn. I feel like it's kind of touching on that, where I'm feeling like we're reaching a state of balance. We're reaching a state of, in this one it's a little bit different, but I feel like we're reaching a state of balance, or we're reaching a state of kind of equilibrium. So I don't know if things in your life are slowing down or speeding up, but I'm feeling like there's a sense of possibly more equilibrium going into the future here. October, for some reason, is coming to mind as being an important month. I don't know what October means for you, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Not kind of, that's what I'm getting. Does that resonate, Maxine? October 28th, can I read on that? I can try. If I, so here's what I want to do, Maxine. If I'm going to do a reading, on that, maybe we do another $10 if it's accurate. If it's not, then we'll brush that off to the side. Just because I'm answering a question. I'm still connecting with my psychic side. I'm still trying to learn. So, I mean, if that sounds fair to you, we can go ahead and look. October 28th, 1984. Okay. I can look. I can see what I can find out here. Let me see. So, give me just a second. So I have permission to tune in psychically, right, Maxine? I'll see what I can get here. I just felt like October was coming up. And so, let's see what we get here. Okay. Let's try this out. So, Maxine, I'm just going to write your name down and then I just draw a box around it so that I can see what's going on. Very first thing I get when we're talking about October 28th, 1984, I'm seeing a yellow spot, or like the color yellow, and it's like a spot or a dot, which is interesting. Is this person passed, or is this person still alive? And is it a male birthday? And is there a dog? Is there a dog involved in anywhere in this? If not, that's okay. Back to the drawing board. We can keep trying. Still looking at the combo. Living male. Okay, so it is a male that I'm getting here. I got what you meant. Okay. So the dog passing away. Okay. That was the first thing that came up, was the dog. Well, not the first thing. That was one of the things that came up. So, are you close with this male person, or is this kind of a distance relationship? I'm wondering if the connection here. To me, it feels like it's not. Like, have you talked with this person recently? Kind of a connection. I'm wondering if it's a strained connection or if things are going okay. talked this morning. Okay. So one thing I'm feeling with this connection, is it a... So you would say it's a pretty good connection. All right. I felt like there's parts where we have to force a connection with this person, and so that's why I'm bringing it up. It feels like there's parts that are forced, and I'm wondering what that could mean. Like there could be a little bit of strain, or there could be something on that relationship. Or actually, I'm wondering, does this person have health issues? Maybe labored breathing or something like that. I want to make sure I'm connecting with the right person, but... And does the name, in this scenario here, does the name Judy mean anything? Judy? Or it feels like a J name. Judy seems like the... That one just sort of came in, so I was curious. Gestational issues. Okay. Okay. Okay, no relation, 1984. That's okay. The name Judy just came up, so it's more of a psychic thing, I'm thinking. So since I'm asking with this, how is the connection with your sister? Is that something that's a stronger connection? Because right here, I was wondering, but... Mother-in-law, sorry. Oh, okay. My sister's mother-in-law is named... Okay, never mind. Alright, never mind about that. So... Are we doing anything, so this person, October 28th, the 1984 person, is this person getting ready to go on a vacation? Is there anything where this person's traveling to it feels like a tropical place, or we're doing something with a vacation with this person? I'm just curious here. Either this person has something coming up, or I feel like there's traveling that's going to be coming up. good friend is visiting from Texas on Friday. He lives at the beach. Okay, so that makes sense. So he's visiting on Friday. He is coming to see you. There is kind of a vacation element to it. Okay, so that's good. So personality-wise, with this person, are they more laid back? I was almost seeing a hammock, like a hammock with this person. And then I'm getting the name, now I'm getting the name like Chuck or Charlie, kind of a scenario here. So that's what I'm feeling is going on. And I like that little emoji there. That's cute. That's a cute one. Palm tree and a little, I like that. Like Chuck or Charlie or maybe a CH name. That's what I'm feeling. And is this person a creative type? Do they do stuff with their hands? Make things? Because I feel like this person can be very serious sometimes, and I feel like they can let loose, but I feel like there's a sense of being laid back too, which is kind of interesting. He's in construction at the moment. Okay. Okay, so he's in construction at the moment, so that's good. Working with his hands, that makes sense. Let's see what else we can get here. So with this connection, I'm being called to the month of June. So what does this connection have with the month of June? Is there anything going on with the month of June with this person? June 13th, maybe, or like a 1-3. So it does feel like it's June. It feels like it's 13th or around that time. I feel like something was happening with this person. And then another thing is, does this person have Scottish ancestry or anything to do with Scotland? Oh, your birthday is June 13th. Okay. '14th. Okay, close enough. Close enough. Okay. Plants were given. Okay. It all comes in. It all comes into place. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Scottish, Irish, okay. So some of this we're definitely tuning in psychically. The Scottish ancestry, that part was coming in, and after close to your birthday too. So I feel like we're reading more on you. So are you with this person right here? Are you still figuring this person out? Is there something going on here where do you feel there's another kind of connection besides being friends, or are you figuring something out here? Because I'm not feeling there's friendship, but I'm wondering if there's like, how do you see this person, Maxine? So, okay, when I say how do you see him, is this person just a friend, or is this person a love interest as a possibility? Like, what role do you feel like this person has in your life? Is it just friendship, or is there something more? That's what I'm curious about. Okay, so that's why I was asking here. So when I'm focusing on this connection, I wasn't feeling the love part as much. So right now, is it on again or is it off again right now? Because to me it feels like maybe we're taking a break, or maybe something's going on. I feel like you guys are going to see each other, but it feels like there's some distance here, if that makes sense. Okay. So then, starting off with this, the first thing I got, the yellow spot. I remember I said that was the first thing I got. Would you say this person, when it comes to an intimate relationship with you, is cowardly with how they approach you, with how they handle that relationship, or how do you feel? Do you like the space that's given, or would you want a stronger connection with this person? The yellow spot to me feels like cowardice a little bit, now that I'm understanding the situation a little bit more. Okay, the yellow is his ex-girlfriend who just got married. Okay. Is that coming into... Has that come into the relationship between you and him a little bit? Her getting married or anything like that? I'm curious how she plays a part with the yellow spot that we were just talking about. He did mushrooms with her when they were together and he saw her words. Okay, okay. Alright, I can understand that. Okay. So I'm seeing something here. There's a faster moving energy, and it feels like it's a little... It feels like Eight of Wands or like the Star... Similar to the Star card energy. I'm wondering, is he saying anything about either him or you moving to sort of be together, or is he still taking an approach where there's going to be some distance? I'm wondering if you guys are going to have something happen, some sort of connection. Is there any talks about having the relationship go to a next level or anything like that? Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense because I did feel like there was some progress here to have something happen. So that's good. That's good. It does feel like there's a connection. It does feel like there's something happening. Um, it feels like though that does it. I mean, you guys have been together off and on for 8 years. Does it feel like it feels right to you? Right? Texas came in. Okay. Okay. So what I'm feeling with this person, I'm feeling from you, and when I was tuning in, I feel there's a connection with this person, and I feel like you're into this person, but it feels like a part of you is holding back. I don't know. Has there been promises broken before as things like this kind of fell through before? I'm curious where you are in this because I feel like maybe I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of a situation, but I'm not sure. Okay, so there's no place to put you yet. You might have been getting married on the 4th of July, but there's no. I'm curious there. How could that work if you guys are getting married, but there's no place to put you, kind of a thing? Yeah, Maxine, did I cut out? Can you still hear me? I said he wanted to get married, right? Or there was something gonna happen. No. Okay. Okay. Fill me in. Maybe I'm missing something here. Sorry if that's the case. So is would you have? You're not missing a thing. This is what he's doing. Okay. Okay. It feels like with this person, Maxine, like honestly what I'm feeling, I'll just be straight up here. It feels like the person feels more like a friend than a love connection. That's what I'm feeling with the connection. It feels like this person is kind of missing the point. I feel like they've dropped the ball a few times with you as well. I feel like this person doesn't understand how to adult, if that makes any sense. That's kind of what I'm getting from this person. He just doesn't get it when it comes to certain things. I mean, what do you feel with that? Okay. So, like I said, when I was feeling that connection, that is what it felt like. When you said it was a love connection, I was thinking, oh. Because what I felt was maybe part of the connection you have with this person is, okay, I'm just going to be blunt with it. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's fantastic. But I mean, that's up to you. If that's something you want to continue to do with this person the way it is now, I don't feel that it's gonna progress in a different. Okay, let me put it this way. I feel like this person doesn't know what you want. They don't know what they want. But I have a feeling it's, as long as you're okay with it, I don't feel like it's going to progress, right? I feel like it's going to stay about the same. And if you're okay with that, that's one thing. But it doesn't feel to me that he gets it. It doesn't feel to me that he understands what it means to step into a role of actually being in a relationship that's not just coming to see you, you know, that kind of a thing. But who am I to say, right? Like this is your life. You can do whatever it is you want to do. For this connection, though, I'm not seeing that progression, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's because when I'm tuning into this energy a little bit, I almost feel like it's like a frat boy mentality, sort of like a very bro mentality with this person. I feel like there's still a big part of them is still a teenager, if that makes sense. I feel like a part of them is still stuck in that kind of world, right? So that's what I'm feeling with that connection. Probably not what you were wanting to hear, but I just give what I get. So does any of that make sense to you, Maxine? does. Okay. If you want, Maxine, you can do, if you did 2 more questions with what you already donated, he's the one who keeps bringing it up. Okay, see, now that's the interesting part. Okay, so that's the tricky part. Okay. If you want to do 2 more questions, though, Maxine, we can do because you already donated 5. If you wanted to do 2 more questions, and then you can Cash App me 20, right? It's linked to his ex. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But it's 50. That's a very generous. Wow. You can, okay, I'm sorry, you can do PayPal too. PayPal works. PayPal works just fine. Either one's good. Okay, thank you, Maxine. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really do appreciate that. Wow, thank you very, very much, Maxine. Thank you so much. That's going to help the channel a ton. I appreciate that very much. Okay. All right, so go ahead and let's do some questions here. go in whatever way. Oh, I appreciate you too. Honestly, you're helping the channel grow, and I really appreciate that. So if you got some questions, we can dive right in and see what we can come up with. And I can't remember, Maxine. So have you? Let me do this really quick. How long have you been part of the, like, when did you subscribe to the channel? I'm curious because I've seen you on a few times, but I can't remember exactly. Because I've been doing this for a little while, so I'm curious if, like, when you subscribed, if you could remember. If not, that's okay. It was last week. Okay, so that's what I was. Okay, I was looking at all the people that subscribed, and I didn't see you on the list. But now, okay, so. So people like you, Maxine, that come on the channel and they help out. You're very patient, you're very kind people. That's what I want this whole channel to be. It's just really kind, patient people, because in doing this kind of work, you know, sometimes you get people that don't quite understand it. There's a basic level of, like, respect that I feel like I try to give to people, and I feel like you mirror that back, and I appreciate that, because there's a cohesive effort, right? That's right, yes, okay, so that's when you came in. All right. Yes, Denise she seems pretty excited to take those classes, and so that's going to be fun. That's, I have no idea when that's going to be. It's kind of still up in the air, but that's going to be really fun to do. Do you do, so Maxine, do you do anything with spirituality, the tarot, or anything like that? And feel free to ask your other questions if you want to. Let's see. I'm thinking the next time too, Maxine, we'll do the energy exercise. I want Amber to be here too. That was kind of something that I wish we didn't have the technical errors, because she kept logging on, and I feel like you did too, and it was just like, just kept having those errors. So the next time on Friday, I'll try and do those energy exercises. And if I'm forgetting, you can bring it up and I can for sure do it, because I do tend to have a scattered brain sometimes. Oh, you don't do any of this work here? Oh, okay, hairstylist. All right, okay. But it's kind of similar, isn't it? Like to me, the hairstylist and the readers, right? You guys, you make connections with people, you talk with people. There's kind of a sense of catharsis. People talk to you. There's like a sense of connection. I feel like there's a lot of similarities there. So, and my mom was a hairstylist too, so I do understand the hairstyling world a little bit. So to me, that's really cool. And the tarot cards are fun. The seeing Jesus with your own eyes in 3D, that's cool. That's really cool. Reiki and chakras. So you were mentioning that you were doing different chakras each week, right? So like we have the red, we have not the red, we have the root chakra that you're doing this week, is what you said. Jenny Starseed Academy. Let me see that. I take it that's a YouTube channel? Okay. I haven't heard of her before. I haven't heard of Jenny Starseed Academy, but she seems like a lovely person. I looked at her channel just barely, so. And she does like the root chakra. She does like different chakras, it looked like. The chakras are hugely important, I think, but there's actually there's a lot. There's a lot to the chakras that we can talk about. Let's see, the root chakra is going to be, and we've talked about this before, and you probably know everything I'm going to say, but the root chakra is identity, security. It can be a sense of safety for us, and it's kind of like how we interact with our world, right? She does many things. Okay. I just looked at her channel for a second and I saw a solar plexus. Oh, okay, very open-hearted. That's perfect. That's what you want to have with anyone on YouTube or anything else. Is you want that kind of adaptable energy. I always talk about being adaptable, and to me that's definitely one of the ways, is to just be open-hearted, be open to different views, different expressions. Because a lot of times people will say, no, it's this way, no, it's that way, and what they're really doing is they're using different words to describe the same exact thing, and then they argue over who's right. And to me, that kind of misses the point with everything. So there is that out there. But open-heartedness is very much appreciated, especially in 2021 and 2020. We let's just say we need more of it, and we need more of it now. We need more of it. Yeah. It's what's the word? I feel like nowadays, right? So, Maxine, maybe you would agree with this too. Do you feel like nowadays we're sort of unlearning? Like we're in that phase where we're just unlearning everything and sort of, so we can learn the actual way of doing things? I feel like that's what we're doing now, is unlearning. So we're getting uneducated, but in the best way possible. Through life lessons, through experiences. It just, nowadays, it seems like a lot of us have forgotten how to be, I guess, just in the present moment, right? Just to be in that sense of presence. It's kind of disappointing to see that. You believe we are reintegrating the new world? Don't worry, I got you. You probably have autocorrect on your phone, and so it's probably doing that when you type something out. So don't worry. It's fun because it's like a guessing game. I'll eventually get it right. Who's I'm not getting much more than a smell from a spirit, but there was there was a very, very strong tobacco smell from a spirit that came close to me, and I'm wondering if it's a grandfather or a father in spirit for you. Maybe someone who smoked a pipe who did something. It was a very strong tobacco smell. Autocorrect can make some pretty funny stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, honestly. Can't think of any right now, but I've sent some interesting messages. Let me put it that way. Okay, and all right. So I got the presence that it was masculine. I got that there was that sense of. I'm almost wondering, and this is going to sound weird. It feels like either like a sort of Native American energy or a cowboy kind of energy. Both in spirit land. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Was your father? Was this someone who? What would be the way? Was he more of a silent type person? I'm curious with that. Kind of like watching and observing more than acting. I feel like maybe he was more hands off. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm kind of getting with this energy here. 1984's grandfather. Okay. Okay. Well, they're kind of just coming by. And I'm guessing saying hello. Maybe when you see 1984, you can say the grandfather says hello. If this is something he believes in. A lot of people don't believe in this kind of stuff, so it. Okay, that makes sense why he would visit me, because it's a very strong, like it's a very overpowering smell. I almost felt like he just opened up the Copenhagen, or he just opened up the tobacco right in front of me, and I could, like, it was right under my nose, like I could smell it. It was very powerful, and generally spirit doesn't come to me in that way. Like, that was a shock to the system, so to speak. So yeah. Other than just kind of coming in and saying hello, I'm here, I didn't get any messages. It was more of just a presence popping in, or a presence popping by. Did you know this person's grandfather when he was alive? Or is this something you've come to learn after the fact? And was he a Capricorn? Because I'm getting Capricorn energy. Oh, baseball. Okay, okay. That's where okay. So chewing tobacco, baseball, okay. Okay. And who would Heather be? I feel like the spirit is saying is pointing to someone named Heather. And then someone having a baby, or a toddler kind of situation. Maybe there's a birthday coming up. Okay. Okay. See, sometimes with this information, we don't know where to place the spirit. And that's fine, because it's happened. Yeah, it's happened to me. So it's I feel like this Dawn person, I'm wondering, did he have something unusual with his hands or his fingers? Because I feel like I'm being shown hands and fingers. Like maybe there's something unusual, or maybe he moved in a certain way. But it feels like there's something with the hands or the fingers or the fingernails of this person, and I'm just curious if there was anything like that when he was alive. Then I feel like this person is saying something like crazy eights, or saying something like crazy eights or crazy with a number attached to it, or something like that. I know Crazy Eights is a card game, pretty sure. Anyway, that's just kind of random. That was just something that popped in. Is any of this resonating to you, Maxine? Anything that I'm saying? He was a contractor born on December 25th. Okay, so his hands, he worked with his hands. Did he die in his... I feel like I still had energy when I passed, so I'm wondering if he died when he was in his 60s, or did he die in his 80s? Okay. '90s. Wow, okay. But did he... Okay, so then I'm going to ask this, because he was showing himself to be, I felt like, younger and stronger than he actually was. I'm curious, when he passed, did he still have some resiliency left, or was he pretty sick when he passed? I'm still learning on how to connect, so all of this is helpful to me, to help me connect, to help me kind of understand that more. So if you could tell me a little. And thank you for letting me do this. It kind of just went into this. Beautiful, man. Awesome, awesome. I felt a strength in character, I did, but he presented himself as younger. Maybe he didn't like the thought of getting old, or maybe he wanted to present himself as younger to me because he had that image of himself. But that was what I was seeing there. Did he play the piano? You have the musical note there, but then something came in with piano or doing something where it was very strong. So, okay, so he was very strong. Or did he play the violin? Did he play a string instrument, maybe? I'm curious. Okay, anyway. Let me see if I can, what else I can get here, so hold on. Not that you're rushing me or anything, I'm just... Okay, so as I'm focusing on this person's energy, did they pass suddenly? Was it a sudden passing? Because I almost feel like I'm seeing a cleaver and it's chopping down, so I'm feeling like it happened quick. Or to me, that could be a sign that it happened quick. I'm still, yeah. And maybe there's something with the airway being cut off. That could be something too. Okay, and then the name, I'm gonna see what you say here. Heart attack while driving, so it was cut short. It was something quick. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so who would be Martin? And at the age of 35, I feel like something happened with Martin, or something happened with, there was 35 in the name Martin, or it could be Mark, but it felt like there was some significance there. If not, that's okay. I'm just, like I said, I'm just giving the messages here, so. Did he did he cook? Did he cook as well and have a sense of humor? And did he have his driver like his? Did he ever have anything with his driver's license being like taken away? I feel like I'm being shown the driver's license. I know he passed while he was driving, but I feel like I'm seeing the driver's license and there's some significance there. Okay, so probably Martin doesn't have a ton of influence in this reading, I would imagine. That was just a name that came up. Okay. Okie dokie then. And then I'm wondering if this, if your grandfather Don, I'm wondering if there's something where maybe we lost control of our, maybe our arms didn't work as well. I feel like there's something with the arms, or there's something with not being able to move. Maybe they were shaky, or maybe something happened with the hands or the arms of this person. Again, I'm being shown this person presented themselves as strong, but I do feel like there were some weaknesses here, and I feel like maybe they could have been too proud to have asked for help at certain times. It does feel like that kind of person. Did he have a sense of humor, and did he cook? Like, was he a chef or a self-proclaimed chef? Because that kind of popped up too, so I'm just curious. So that's interesting right there. That's two car-related deaths from both of them. So that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's see. See what else we can get here. Other than him popping in and saying that he's okay, like, I feel like he's checking in and he's saying, I'm okay, things are fine. He doesn't feel like, to him, it doesn't feel like it's a huge transition to go from this life to the next one. To him, it felt more of a progression than it was like a death and then anything like that. So from him, I feel like he kind of has an attitude of, I'm here now, I'm in this place now. And he comes in and he checks on you and he makes sure that everything's going as okay as it can for you. But it's ultimately like, I feel like this person will be one of the people that's kind of waiting for you when it's your time. If he feels like a guardian spirit, not necessarily a guide to you in this life, but like a guardian, someone who can kind of come in and help I guess alleviate some of the life lessons, or to help illuminate some of the life lessons. That's the word. Would that make sense with kind of his character? Okay, okay. Awesome, okay. And that to me feels like the kind of message where he passed in a way that was not predictable. It was not something that was, surrounded by loved ones kind of a thing. But it was something that I feel like for him, that was kind of the way it was meant to be. So if there's any kind of regrets of holding on to, wish I was there, wish something was, I'm feeling with him, it's kind of like, hey, I'm fine. I'm okay. Things are okay with me. And this person's more watching out for you now on your side, and just, like I said, being that kind of guardian spirit. And hopefully that helps there, Maxine. I'm curious here, Maxine, because I usually get off at about 1, and it's 1 o'clock for me now. So I've been live for about over 5 hours now. I'm wondering if you do have any questions that come up. I'm kind of thinking maybe we could do Friday for those too, because you did donate a lot. You donated a lot, and so I want to do right by you with that. I'm curious what you think on that, though. Awesome, Maxine. I appreciate you too. I really do. Alexa, you caught me just in time to say toodaloo until Friday. Oh, awesome. We're getting everyone back on here. Right when I'm getting ready to go. Go for it. Watch the beginning. Have a good time, you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching, and thank you especially Maxine for being awesome and helping the channel out so much. And I will see you guys on Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I do hope everyone has an amazing evening, the rest of their evening, and a good morning, and all that stuff, okay? I wish you guys the best. Stay safe, okay? And just take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you guys on Friday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I hope to see you guys there. Toodaloo, everybody. You're welcome, Gigi. I appreciate having you guys around, and I will be back with a vengeance on Friday, okay? You guys take care. And I love the little heart emoji, Alexis. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, now you guys take care. I thought I hit the button, I didn't, so it's just me being awkward.